I don't know if one day I'm gonna publish this because we looking no good. Spirit tried to get back against me 2 days after. It was out of control. I was out of control at that time. I'm a mother, so I tried to. Thanks God, I don't do nothing against my mother because in my life I have a exorcism. Do I tell you about my exorcism?
Well, exorcisms are worse. First of all,
well, do you have experience with exorcism? I experience with exorcism.
No, I don't want that.
My mom. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Momposino in New York. Today I'm gonna talk about one history of something that happened a few years ago when I was 21. So this is the context of the history I just started mentioning at the beginning with a friend. My friend came here and he showed me 3 options to watch a movie. Two of those movies was horror movies and another one was Broke Girls or whatever it's called. That show I was comedy, and I say I choose comedy. I don't want to know nothing about horror movies. And then he asked me why. So I explained that I have an exorcism when I was child, and I think he was kind of interested in that history, and by chance we make a video because I was trying those products. So I just want to share that history, taking advantage that the video was already made. So enjoy this episode of my real history. And when I was, I think 14, 17, before 14, because it was, alright, let me see. Oh, no. 21. When I was 21. Yeah, I was working in a petroleum company in Colombia, and I have a fight with one girl who won my position in that company, and that girl do me something, and I lost my job. So I went to my mother because I was broke, and that's I was broke. I went to my mother's house, and I was having, like, the first time I got my van Roxy, I went to my mother's house, and then when I was in Mompox in Colombia, I knew that something was wrong. My mother bring me to a place with an old girl, and that old girl told me called two more people. One guy was with what is the name of that guitar? One guitar singing things with God. Tongues related with God. My mother started talking me here with one hand. And another person was here. We're totally 3 people. 3 people. My mother and another person here, and the person that was ringing. Then they put oil around me. They put oil around me, and they start. A pastor came. Oh no, was an old girl. The old girl was starting telling me, "Get out of that body," and I start acting crazy. Nah, man. Let me show you good the history. I was sitting. I start acting crazy, and then I start making sounds with my mouth, like.
oh, I know this now.
I feel like when I start screaming hard, a lot of people from the neighborhood was coming to the place. So I was okay, for some reason, when I was talking about this crazy, I don't like how I look like.
I told you.
But we are just, that's the best part. This is improvisation. When I was talking the history, the computer and it stopped. So I don't know if the computer don't want me to talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about it because I'm gonna explain you why I don't like horror movies.
Well, you should.
what I was saying, I forget what I was saying.
You saying that right as they were doing all the stuff for the exorcism, and you felt something come inside of you, and then...
Yeah. Okay. So was my the person ringing? That person was he forgot the lyric of the song. He was, and then he stopped, and then he couldn't, and he was like, so the girl, because it was a girl, she had a Holy Bible, and she was putting me oil. So she put oil around me, and she was putting tipping oil with on my face and telling me, get out of that body. That girl tried to talk with that person. I remember because I tried to have control of my body, but I couldn't. It's like I was like, Do you know, I feel so embarrassed because everyone was watching. Like in one moment, I was screaming too much. That when I realized, when I like, I was coming in myself and I was leaving. When I was in myself, I just see people around and I feel like, hi, people are watching. I feel so embarrassed because in that position where a lot of people is watching you, I feel embarrassed. I feel embarrassed about what was happening in that moment. So, then I tried to move, and my mother was doing so much because I was out of control. I was out of control at that time, and my mother. So I tried to. I thanks God, I don't do nothing against my mother because like But then after all of that happened, my mother had a problem with here because it was strong. I was another person. Something was inside of me.
Wait. Just one. Why was your only option to go straight for the exorcism? Whose idea was that?
Because I knew that something was wrong in my life. Like, first of all, I lost my best job ever. My first job in my life was with Ecopetrol, the petroleum company for Colombia. I was working and I was having my highest salary ever. Secondly, I wasn't working with something related with me. I am a petroleum engineer and I working as a geophysic. So people was jealous of me, especially that girl. I forget the name. Lorena. That girl. That girl. Like as soon as I left that company, she take my position, and I knew that something was related with that girl. So then when I get to Bogota, I crashed my car. I lost the. I was fired. Well, I wasn't fired. I quit. And I put a letter to there that they was 45 days working in that company and they don't looking for replacement for myself. So I was so stressful in that company. I was stressful. So like bad things was coming to me. Then I received the horrible news that So I went to my mother's house. You know how horrible it's been. I left my house when I was 14. And in my 21, that was the first time I spent with my mother. And my mother, let's go to a church. Saturday, Sunday, like two days per week. I was so stressful because I like the church, but I don't want to go every two times. No. So,
Man, I always hated that.
So we try to go to the church. The pastor never was. So my mother has the idea to go to that old girl. Yeah. So we went there without telling nobody. My mother just take the decision and we get there. When we get there, she immediately knew what was happening with me because, like, she saw my eyes and I don't know, but that girl has so much power that he went directly to me and I lost my control. So I was like, I remember that was so horrible. It was also horrible. So I don't know if you say in the name of Jesus, what is your name? It's someone like that. And I talked with other boys, man, in that moment. And I say, when I was 21, and it's past 10 years ago. So right now, I don't remember what was I saying, but I do remember that I was very embarrassed with people because people was watching me when I was I feel like. So that happened like around 4 p.m. Around between 4 and 6 p.m. that day. I need to ask my mother more details about it, but let me finish something. When I finish from there, I feel totally different. I feel very light. My voice was like, so I was better. Like I don't feel affected for what I was. I was screaming too much, but I wasn't affected. After that, I was talking normally. Man, I'm telling you. No, I don't want to worsen the noise because I had that experience in my life. No, man. So
I'll dip you all up.
So when Tyron told me let's go to see the Exorcism, no, I'm not going. Sorry, man, but I know what is an exorcism means, and it's one of the experiences that I don't recommend to nobody else. And I hope, like, in the name of Jesus, that Laura I forgive Laura because we know that we was her. Like she sent something to me, and that girl put that thing out of my body. Like, and do you know what? Now I remember because the girl, when she was watching through my eyes, she asked the name. She asked the name of who was the person that put that spirit on me, and I said the name. Yep. So when something that I can say about exorcisms is when one person is so powerful, like that can say like have a conversation with the demon that is inside of you. That person has so much power, like spiritual power. It was an older girl, was a girl we go to the church for many years, so she know many secrets, so how to control one demon. That girl has the power to talk with it and say, "You have no power," blah blah blah, and talk with that thing. So that girl talked to me. So 1 week after, we went to the church. I think that was one Wednesday. No, we went 2 days after. We went to the church. In the church again, like finished the ceremony, and my mother bring me to the pastor and say, "We have that experience that happened in the house of that old girl, blah 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 blah," because it was an old girl that used to go to that church, and the pastor made another pray to me, man, and I start moving like the spirit tried to get back again me 2 days after. Do you know what the pastor told me? No, was exactly the pastor. Was someone that worked for the pastor. But it was serious. Yeah, another less category in the church. He told me, "Julio, you left a door open." Like I said, what are you what do you mean when I left a door open? Yeah. So you used half an exorcism. Now you can make big things that a spirit can get inside you, because like I wasn't Christian at that time. So he told me I was watching too much, but I don't say that because that was my secret, you know. In my 20s was out. So the man told me, "Julio, you have to stop at least for a season watching pornography, because that's the door that you left open." How you know that? I don't even, because that's embarrassing. I'm 21, you know.
Yeah, I had no experience of that, so. So I'm just like, this is so new for me.
Since that moment, I avoid horror movies. I'm not telling you lies that I don't watch pornography, but I used to watch every day pornography. After that, can happen more than 1, 2, 3 years that I don't see no video about any pornography. Because man, that experience is so terrible that,
in other words, boring. Boring.
Okay. Yeah, now you know what history. This is totally real history, and I don't know if one day I'm gonna publish this because we're looking no good. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah, maybe just keep the to yourself.
Okay.